So I am here today with Bobby Vivid, who I met on TikTok. And of all places in the world, I never imagined that I would meet people to do any podcasts or any StreamYards or anything like that with on TikTok. But he caught my eye because I ended up listening to a podcast that he's doing. And actually, when I listened to it, I thought, oh, he sounds a lot like me with his thoughts and how he thinks that life should be to a degree. And so I thought, well, I'm going to message him. And you're kind of somewhat of a little bit of a celebrity on TikTok now, aren't you? You've got quite a big fan base. So I thought he's never going to reply. Yeah, just a little bit. And I thought he's never going to reply to me because I'm just like little old Lisa in the UK. But he did, and we had a lovely chat. And so he's here today. So how are you, lovely?
I'm great. It's a beautiful Monday morning here. It's actually really nice outside today, which is new.
Is the temperature improved?
Yeah, it's not as cold. It doesn't seem like it's as cold. I haven't been outside yet, so I don't know. But
we've had the
we'll get
opposite
there.
because we've had the nice weather. Now it's gone cold. It's snowing in the UK.
Oh, really? Huh.
Bizarre.
That's odd.
Yeah, very odd. So tell me a little bit about yourself then, who you are and where you live. Just talk about what's going on for you at the minute and TikTok in general.
Okay, well, I'm 32. I'm a single dad, and I've been doing the single dad life for 2 or 3 years now. My daughter just came to me one day and just didn't want to live with her mom anymore. I get a lot of questions about that all the time. Like, where's her mom? Mom's fine. They just weren't getting along, so she came to live with me. And uh, I'm a contractor. I like to build stuff. Kind of over that part of my life though. Ready to move on to the next thing. Um, but as far as like TikTok and that goes, it was an accident. What I have going on TikTok was a complete and utter accident. I didn't expect anything to go anywhere. It was me just trying to bond with my daughter, and then it just turned into like what it is. It's just turned into this big thing, and then I turn around and I'm like, I have this platform now. I have all these people listening to me.
Yeah.
I should do something to help. So I run some fundraisers and that and whatnot, and throw my motivational little videos up, like, get moving, get going, you got this, girl.
It's all good fun.
Yeah, just a good time, but it kind of took off, and she gets into my videos, and it's a good time. And then
So
I mean,
I saw your the Christmas thing that you did, and I thought that was so awesome.
Single parent Santa.
Yeah. Do you want to explain a little bit about what you did?
So single parent Santa this year was what I did. I was collecting donations through my Venmo and my Cash App. And in turn, I was turning around and sending that money out to single parents that were in need. I mean, I gave I had them and all, supply their name and their information. I entered it all into a random name generator on my computer and, drew names. Every name that came, I sent $100 to their Cash App or their Venmo. So it was just money in, money out. And I think we did $3,700 this year, and I only had 50,000 followers at that time, maybe.
Can't wait for this Christmas.
So I'm ready for Christmas. We are doing something. We're still figuring it out, but we're doing something for mental health awareness in May.
Yeah.
We haven't worked all the details out, so I can't talk about that too much.
No. They'll have to come and find out. That's the thing, you see.
That's it.
Yeah. Brilliant. So TikTok, obviously, like you say, was a little bit of an accident, but I think some of these accidents are actually they're never really an accident. They are an accident in the sense of we don't think of it, but you know, somebody who goes out there trying their hardest to be super professional and doing all these kind of things, they don't actually well, it happens a bit, but when someone comes along just being genuine, you and your daughter having some fun and, you know, entertaining people, especially during COVID and all of that, that's probably what did it. But also when you're doing the charitable stuff as well, I guess that is appealing to people out there that are struggling and they see somebody that they don't know being kind. Is this something that you've always done? Have you always had, you know, that kind of kind heart and it's just something you naturally do? Or is this because of your own experiences as being a single dad, do you think?
All right. So I've always had it in my heart to want to do good since I was a young child. I've
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to help people. When I was brought up in a very Christian Baptist home.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was young, like I was always involved with the church. I always wanted to help. I went as far as like, you know, pledging my life to God, and
Yeah.
I was going to be a pastor. Excuse me.
It's all right.
Get that morning Jesus thing, but so I was going to be a pastor, and I remember people would come to my mom and my dad, and they'd say like, "Oh, we just feel like God spoke to us. He's meant for good things." And then I went to public school and kind of just took the ride down the wrong road. Uh, and for a while, I was very selfish, and like I would like it would still come out, and I'd still help people when I could,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. It was nothing like it is now or what it was before. Like it was just this tremendous like difference in my life. I went through some things. I went to the military. I went through all kinds of stuff throughout, and landed me here. So now so yes, no, yes. I was like it was in there, but I had my ego like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Don't do that. Now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I just do what I want, and
Yeah. So
it
would you
works
say
out better that way.
now you kind of ego and all that is you've kind of it's not about that anymore completely. You've changed your whole how you believe, think, that kind of thing. And do you think that has helped you? Because that's that's for me. I've never been egotistical at all, but we've all got an ego and we all kind of do things based because of that. But I've realised that by letting go of all that kind of things, it's actually changed me and made things better for me. Is that the same for you?
Absolutely, absolutely. When you stop, it's kind of funny to me how when you stop thinking
Mm-hmm.
about how everybody perceives you
Yeah.
and just start being you,
Mm-hmm.
how much that changes your life. Because
Mm-hmm.
rather, you don't realize that when you're trying to be like what everybody else wants you to be,
Mm-hmm.
you're nothing more than just another person. You blend
Yeah.
in. You like nobody really sees you. When you start being yourself, it's crazy. Like when you just really open up and commit to being yourself and being true to you,
Yeah.
things happen that I started doing it, and look, my TikTok's blowing up. I have a podcast now. I have this. I have that. My life is going in a direction now that is
Yeah.
just magical, and I can't. I stand back and look at myself, and I'm like, whoa. Uh, my relationship with my daughter's improved. Like everything since I was like, no, I'm done doing this.
Yeah.
I'm done fighting myself. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
So I talk about that a lot in the episode I recorded last night, actually.
Yeah. So that was so obviously I'd watched the videos of you and obviously I saw the relationship with your daughter and everything and I thought that was really cute. And my surname is Bailey Brown, and I thought, oh, Bailey, that's your daughter's name. And I thought, and you just make such a good little duo. And but I've got one question to ask: who's responsible for the creativity behind this? Is it your daughter or is it you?
For what? You cut out a little bit there.
The creativity behind your TikTok. So, like the one that you mentioned to me that I saw that got you millions of views. Was that you or was that your daughter?
That one was me. Sometimes I gotta twist her arm to do them with me. I'm like, come on, I know this will be good. Come on, and she's like, but then she gets into it, and then she throws her little spunk on it, and then it's even better. We go back and forth. I'd say it's 50-50. Some of the you can tell.
Yes.
One's directed towards like adults, and there's like and then there's the ones that are like, oh, this is fun. Like that's where the difference lies, I think.
But it's good though, it works. And I think for other parents out there, single parents, whether they're mothers or fathers, I think it's good to see that relationships going on. And I did find it quite sad myself when I saw that you were getting comments like you said in the beginning about you being a single dad, like it's some sort of issue. And personally, I think it shouldn't make any odds whether you're a single mom or a single dad. But I guess when you put yourself on a platform, people are going to comment, and that's a big thing for me. And I don't know about you with your personality, but for me, I always worried so much about what other people would think and was trying to please everybody all the time. How have you found the whole thing with TikTok with regards to how you're dealing with that? Because you must get inundated with comments and messages, and I just wondered how it affects you mentally. Can you deal with it, or what you
I
do?
deal with it. I have my moments, and me and her when this first started exploding and like people started coming. I sat down with her. I had a talk with her. I was like, "This are we doing this? Like, because if this is people are gonna say things, we're gonna get hammered because we're not your cookie cutter. We're not your normal family. I'm me. I wear eyeliner and I paint my nails. She's she's lesbian or whatever she wants to be. That whatever is going on in her life that at that time, and like we're just different. And so people attack us, and we're I don't want to say we're really close in age, but we're only 17, 18 years apart. So we get a lot of, oh, you guys dating or you guys this. So like I had to sit down and talk to them like, are we okay with this? Are we okay with this? This is something we're gonna do. So we decided we were gonna do it. So now we just ignore the jerks that are, being trolls out there, and we just do our thing. So it's like, oh, that's a funny comment, but you're one out of 5,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? There's always somebody that wants to have an opinion and say something that's ridiculous. And like you say, normally when people are like that, it's because they try to spoil something that's really going well and good. So I think you're an awesome duo. And I'm 17 years older than my son, and people do say the most ridiculous things, but at the end of the day, we know our own truths and all the rest of it. But so your podcast, so obviously I saw the first post, I thought it was funny, and then I had a nosy, and then I saw, oh, he's got a podcast. So I listened, and then I listened to it, and I'm thinking, this is really weird because I've just started a podcast called Love Always Lisa, and I started it because I'm 45 this year, and I've just figured out that it is okay to just be me. I'm good enough, and I shouldn't be worrying about who I am, comparing myself. And there I am listening to yours. You did your intro, and then you did the one with your friend Liz, and it's all about being you. And obviously, I've not listened to your new one yet because you've only just done it. But it's kind of like, wow, this dude sounds literally like the same as me, but younger and on the opposite side of the world. And that's what made me want to talk to you. So tell me why you're doing the podcast and what's inspiring you to do it.
There's a lot. I've always wanted to have a podcast, but I never knew what I wanted it to do. Like I think last time I thought about doing a podcast, it was going to be like a home improvement podcast.
Yeah.
And then this, I'm like, I have this platform to help people. Let's do something to help people. And like you have all these gurus out there that are self-help, and they know everything, and you have to do it exactly the way they say it, or it's not going to work. I just wanted to spread my story and the way that I'm handling it, because I'm just like everybody else. I'm just a blue collar guy, and there's not a lot of guys out there there's not a lot of support out there for men, and I want to be that, like, kind of lighthouse. Like, hey, I'm making it, guys. I'm making it. It's okay. You can be sad. You can have your problems. We all have been there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Listen to me. This is what I have going on. This is my story. And if I can teach you not to make a mistake that I have in the past, then so be it. And I hope it helps. Like, that's more or less what it is. I'm taking people through my shoes and, like, just say, like, this is what I've learned. If it helps you, great. I'm by no means a expert on anything.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? So, like, for me, I wanted to do one, and I kept thinking, oh, I don't have a voice for it, and I can't do it, and what am I going to talk about? No one's going to be interested in listening to my story. And then when I sat there and thought, hang on a minute, I've got quite a good platform because of my job. So here in the UK, I work for a company that does marketing and a lot of social media. So I already have quite a big following of people in that. So I thought, well, if I could invite some people to come on my podcast who could share their experience about how leading with love and being kind and just being authentic can help you in a business perspective, but also personally and just in life in general, they might go on and inspire other people. So I thought that's why I would do it. And so, of course, like what you're saying is, I'm saying I'm not a professional. I'm just Lisa, who's lived through some pretty awful stuff, and my husband has borderline personality disorder, which I don't know is quite an horrific mental illness to have. And we go through some very traumatic times because of it. And so because of that, I ended up going down a different road and looking and trying to find answers to figure out who I was, because I was feeling lost with all that. But as soon as I opened up and spoke about it, they came to me and spoke about it and said thank you. And I always just said, even if I just help one person, that is all you need to do, isn't it? And I think for you and what you're doing now, because you have this platform, because you've got all the following from TikTok, I would imagine that you will inevitably have that same following with your podcast. So what is your plan with it all? What is your, are you going to be having guests to talk, or is this going to be from your perspective?
I think most of it's going to be from my perspective. I will have guests, like I had Liz. I like to, when I come upon a topic that I know somebody else can help me out with, that we could create a dialogue. Then like I'll definitely have people on that. I have actually set up for later this month. I have a friend of mine who's also a single dad. With his kids full time, so he's gonna hop on with me. That one will be out. That's 2 or 3 weeks from now. So that just kind of going through the struggles and the challenges of being a single dad in a single mom world,
But I think that's probably a better, in my perspective, when I've sort of listened to podcasts and stuff, I'm more drawn to ones that are peer. So it is people who've just had the lived experience than listening to the professionals, because not taking it away from the professionals that, do a good job in mental health or whatever it may be. But until you've lived it, reading a textbook or listening to a podcast about somebody reading from a textbook it doesn't really help. And the people that come to me asking for help, the families that I've supported, normally just want to know that they're not on their own and that there's somebody else that can relate. And that's the thing, isn't it? That's, I would imagine it's the same for you. Single dad, and like you say, you're out there and you're putting it out there, and to have people saying stupid stuff to you, probably there's somebody that is just on their own Facebook account, probably somebody making comments. But if they see somebody like you and you're like, you know what, sod you, I'm doing me thing, that's what it's about, isn't it?
That's exactly what it's about. Like, I just want to take like what I've learned and just give it to everybody and say, hey, I made this mistake. You don't have to.
Yes, exactly. So what have you got any other plans? Because obviously now, like, you're this superstar, and you've got TikTok, you've got the podcast.
I just want to continue to grow it. Eventually, I think at this moment, and I haven't really said this out loud, but I think like long term, I do want to go into like public speaking and stuff like that, and talking in front of groups of people, like just like schools, whatnot.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest like aching hearts is like young teenagers in school. Like just everybody feels so tense against like to be involved and clicked with some sort of clique or society norm that they're scared to be themselves. And I was one of them. I was one of them kids that I was like, oh, this hurts so bad. Now here I am, I'm 32, and I'm finally like, it's all right just to be who I am.
Yeah.
And
I totally agree. I think that's the thing for me. I mean, my daughters are 18 and 24, and I look at them, I think, they are, because of me, I think that they are very much more happy with being who they are. My youngest, she's like so sassy, it's unbelievable. She's just like, I am beautiful. She's just like, she doesn't care what anybody says, but not in a like egotistical big head way. She's just saying, I'm happy with who I am. So what if I'm a bit bigger than the average size girl? I don't need to look that way. And she's certainly not, all the girls are all doing Instagram posts, and she's like, I'm not bothered about any of that. But you see, for me, when I was at school, I was exactly like you. I used to think, why can't I be like that kid? I'm not popular. I'm not this. I'm not that. I would love to be able to get the younger people to understand you don't have to go through your life and then discover when you're in your 30s or 40s, oh, look at me.
All those people you think that are watching you and care about you, you don't see half of them. I don't see. I see maybe one person I went to high school with. That I was so worried about all these people, accepting me. I haven't seen them in 15 years.
Exactly.
Speaking of the devil, she's been standing there.
She can come on if she wants to.
Say hi.
Say hello.
Put your head in now.
Hi.
It's so bad. Hi.
Oh, you're
she's the star of the show. She's lovely, and I think she's a credit to you at the end of the day. She's done
Thank you.
A good duo. You're welcome. I love watching your TikToks. They make me smile. And I love her hair as well. I love the fact that you shared with some parent asking about tattoos and piercings and such. And
you saw that one.
And I'm the same. I was like piercings, and it's like I can hardly tell my kids they don't have an eye. It's not.
Well, she had all her piercings before I got mine, so
well,
the piercings I could have fought.
Yeah, no, it's same for me. I think I had my lip pierced when I was 40. So and everyone's like, why are you doing that for at 40? And I'm like, why not? I don't care. So, exactly.
Well, I'm bleaching half my head this week. That's the
You're bleaching half of your head. That's cool.
Just because I want to. I've never like really dyed my hair, so I'm going to, and I don't care. Yeah. And it's probably gonna come out. And it's gonna look ridiculous, but at least I can say I did it.
Well,
I thought about it, I did it.
in the summer just gone, when we were in lockdown, I bleached my hair. And I am normally quite browny, reddy coloured hair, and I bleached it and then went pink. And again,
Oh,
everyone's
boy.
like, "What is wrong with you? You're a 40 years old woman." But again, it's just like, you know what, I don't care anymore. I'm not bothered. And I think that's the beauty of watching you and Bailey, that, you know, she is allowed to express herself, and it's no big deal at the end of the day. And she'll go and do these things if you don't let them, they will go and do them, won't they? So, you know, we've got to have rules for us kids. Don't get me wrong, we still got to have rules. So yeah, but
It's a lot easier to guide a child or a teenager than try to restrain.
yes,
When
for
you say you
sure.
can't do anything,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
when you get a rebel, and that's when, you know,
yeah,
I want to get my nose pierced turns into they come home, they got their nose pierced, eyebrows pierced, everything's all, you know,
yes,
they look like a pincushion,
yeah,
and it's like, you know, overnight. But if you say, all right, go ahead, go get your nose pierced, and then, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
a year later they want to get their eyebrow done, it's like, okay, go ahead, do that.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
you're just kind of just guiding it through, making
Yeah, I
it happen.
totally agree. I totally agree. Well, it's been lovely chatting with you. And as I say, I'm
Absolutely.
definitely following you on TikTok and your podcast. I think it's awesome. I've shared it with my friends and everyone over here as well. And I really hope that, you know, it continues to go. I think it will. I think you're a formidable duo. And the fact that you're doing all this lovely stuff for charity as well, you know, it's just so nice to see somebody who is still young, because 32 is young, that you've found yourself, you know, not quite as old as me, you know, you've found yourself and you are now wanting to help people, and I think that's really cool. And as I say, I'm really pleased to know you, and I'm grateful for having you on here today.
Likewise. Like we're all just works in progress. Every day is a new one.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And that's
And,
what life's
you
all
know,
about, isn't it? There's no such thing as perfection. We are all progress. We probably will be till the day we die. But you know,
absolutely. If you're not, you are dead.
exactly, yeah. And we can all learn, we can all grow. But I certainly am learning from you guys. I look forward to watching some more of your TikToks. So I'm going to say bye to you. But I will make
Okay.
sure that I share all the links to your podcast and try and get people to follow you on TikTok. Not that you need any more followers. I mean,
I'll always take
just
more.
just go and have a look. This guy's so popular; it's unbelievable. It's been lovely
Well,
chatting with
thank
you.
you for having me. I'm so glad. Thank you.
No,
It's a
you're
good
very
time. I
welcome.
enjoyed talking to you.
You too, lovely.
Here,
Well, have a good
anytime.
day. Yeah,
You too,
for
hon.
sure. Take
All right.
care. Bye.
Bye bye.